10 News presents Democracy 2012. Your voice, your vote.
Well, with the general election just weeks away, 10 News and the EW Scripps Company are dedicated to providing the information you need to make informed decisions. Tonight, we are speaking with Jerry Tetalman, who's running for Congress, about the important issues facing the 49th District. You are facing incumbent Darrell Issa. He's held this office for 12 years, one of the strongest congressmen in the nation, one of the most powerful. A lot of people would ask, why run? So why?
You know, it's where I live, Steve. I live in Carlsbad. It's part of the new district. You know, the new district now starts in La Jolla, the north part of La Jolla, runs straight up the coast through Del Mar, Encinitas, Solana Beach, Carlsbad, Oceanside, right into South Orange County to Dana Point. So this is where I live. I decided I did want to run for Congress, and Darrell Issa, I really stand opposed to most of the policies that Darrell Issa stands for. You know, I stand for environmental protection. Darrell Issa's policies, I think, have really been very poor on environmental record. His energy policy is basically drill, baby, drill, adding, supporting the idea of renewables and, renewable energy and solar energy. I think San Diego could be a leader in this area. So my stance is very different than Darrell Issa's. So I felt that it was my duty as a citizen, that I was in a position that I could run. So I did decide to stand up and take this on.
A heavily Republican district. He will not even debate you. How can you get your issues across?
Well, I've requested Darrell Issa to debate me in the primary. He refused to debate. He said he couldn't clear his schedule. We did have a debate with the other two candidates in the primary. In this election, in the general, he has refused to debate. We have an online petition saying, call your congressman, put some pressure on him to debate. I believe that democracy is about debating the public issues, that we need to get these issues out there, and we need to have a public debate. So anybody listening, please call your congressman, Darrell Issa, and tell him to debate.
There's your plug. All right, your background is in nursing. You understand firsthand the need, you say, of the individuals who need health care. Do you support President Obama's health care overhaul? And if so, are there any changes that you would make in it?
You know, I do support the Affordable Health Care Act. I think President Obama was a brave piece of legislation. It was something that was well over needed in this country. One of the things that it does do, it does eliminate pre-existing conditions. It's very important. Lifetime caps on insurance. It gives insurance to a lot of people that have no access to insurance. So I think that this is a very important piece of legislation. I know Darrell Issa has voted to oppose this. They've voted to repeal the Affordable Health Care Act, and I feel that it's very important that we support the president on this. And my basic feeling as being a registered nurse and having worked in an emergency room, that health care is a human right, that we have to have a basic level of health care and do what every other industrialized democracy in the world has done and move to a universal system of health care and a single-payer system of health care.
With that in mind, you say, quote, Darrell Issa is the poster child for the war on women. Explain that.
Well, Darrell Issa had a hearing where the contraception hearings, and he had no women present at that hearing, just male religious leaders. And I think what happened in that hearing was that the Democrats walked out. He wouldn't allow Sandra Fluke, who was a law student, to testify at that hearing. He said no, she wasn't qualified. And he's part of this war on women. When I say war on women, it's about women's rights. It's about the right to a safe and legal abortion if they so choose. I don't think that the government has a place between a woman and her doctor. I think that women know how to handle their own bodies, and that they don't want the government interfering. And I think that Darrell Issa has not stood up for women's rights, and so I am agreeing to stand up and to champion these rights. And I think President Obama has made that stand. The first piece of legislation he put in was the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. So it's not just about reproductive rights, but it's about fair pay as well.
One last question for you. A big difference between the two of you as well. You opposed the war in Iraq. In fact, you're an activist for peace. Much of your district is made up of military families. With all the drawdowns, what would you do to put these people back in civilian jobs when they come home?
Well, I think President Obama has helped with that. They've passed legislation which gives veterans a preference as far as job hiring. And I think that's a very important thing to do, that veterans have a preference, because we are ending the war in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq has ended, and people do need to be brought back and brought into the civilian society. And so I support the move that President Obama has done, where he says they would give a preference to companies that hire.
Jerry Tetalman, thank you for your time. We'll see what happens in November.
Thank you, Steve.